All right, in the previous lesson, we talked about the puts method, which outputs text. And in this lesson, we'll explore the print method, which is almost identical to puts. The only difference is that print does not create a line break at the end of the output. The puts method does. So let's take a look. I'll actually begin with the puts method, and I'll write puts hello, and then puts world, again, two different strings. And you'll see that each one appears on a separate line in the Atom Runner output to the right. So there's automatically a line break added at the end of every put statement. Print is basically going to operate the exact same way. You can see I can do a simple print like hello, and you can see hello is going to output right here. That's the result of the print command. However, if I do print world at the end, that world is going to be appearing right here on the third line. So Ruby has not added a line break at the end of this print hello command. So world continues or picks up right where the previous string ended. So here we have hello from line 4, and then we have world coming in from line 5. Now you'll notice that Ruby doesn't even add anything like a space to distinguish where one thing begins and then the other one ends. Print is literal, so as soon as it's done outputting the string, it basically cuts it off, and the very next statement, in this case another print command, simply picks up where we left off. So if I did something like print hello world, blah, 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 you'll see that that's simply going to appear again at the very end of the previous output because there has been no line break created. Now you have to be careful here because many times this can lead to things looking not the way that you'd like them to look. So I'm going to remove this blah, blah, blah and go back to our original example. What can you do if you want to create some separation, let's say, between these two words? Well, what you can do is create either a space at the end of hello or a space at the beginning of world. So what I can do here is add a space right here. That's a valid character within a string. So now when I execute, you'll see that the hello as well as the space at the end from the first print statement will appear, and then world will show up at the end, and it looks a little bit more pleasing. The alternative is to add the space at the beginning of the second print statement. Again, it's going to conclude at hello. It's not going to add any kind of line breaks or spaces, but we are going to include that space at the beginning of print, so our result will be the exact same. Finally, a third option that we can do, I'm just going to bring it back to its original shape right now, is simply to add another print statement in between with a string that's equal to one space. So what Ruby is going to do is print hello with no line breaks. It's then going to print a space at the very end with no line breaks, and then print finally world at the end with no line breaks as well. So this is just three different ways that we can add something like a space in between a print statement, which again will not add a line break. So this lesson is a quick introduction to the print method, very similar to puts. The only difference between the two is whether there's a line break added at the end. The puts method includes it. The print method does not include it. That's two different ways to output text in Ruby. And in the next lesson, we'll actually explore a third way to do it, my preferred way, which is the p method. So I'll see you there.